road, but I envy them on this level, that they figured out what's going on with them, and they fixed it. What an amazing gift to know what the fuck is wrong with you. Who else gets to have that? It's just a mushy, I don't fucking have any idea. I would give $1 million to just wake up, oh, I'm an owl. That's what the thing is. I just gotta blink slow and eat a mouse. Because life is very confusing. Even I'm 49 years old and I haven't found a cruising altitude to my identity. I'm still fucking confused. I get new feelings and they upset me. I don't like new feelings. I want to know what I like and get it and just die. That's what I want to do at this point. Like, I have a weird relationship with this movie that's on cable sometimes. It's called Magic Mike. You ever seen this movie? Magic Mike. For those of you watching this on video many years from now, Magic Mike was a movie about male strippers starring Matthew McConaughey and Channing Tatum when it was made, from whatever you're watching. But anyway, we had a whole other thing going on. This building's not here anymore. But you're watching it on a dusty thing and it's all rubble. And you're watching this. I don't know why you're watching this out of everything. But when things were real easy, we made movies like Magic Mike. It's just a nice movie about men who strip. And every time I'm flipping around and it comes on, I always stop. And then I play a little game of chicken with this movie. I stop because it's a good movie. It's well made, directed by Steven Soderbergh, good director. And so I get into it, I get into the story, and then they start stripping. And then I start having all these feelings. My face gets a little hot. At first I just get hostile for no reason. I go, fucking hate. But then there's one part of the movie that I like. I have a favorite part of Magic Mike. Matthew McConaughey, he's wearing leather pants, no shirt, and he goes,
"The law says you cannot touch, but I think I see a lot of lawbreakers out there."
Like, it's that. It's like perfect. It's the way he rolls out of him.
I think I see a lot of lawbreakers out there.
I just really like that. I like it. And when the movie comes on, I'm always like, all right, this gets to where he says that. And then he says it, and I'm like, that's fucking good. It's really good. I like it a lot. Here's how much I like it. I don't really do impressions, and I kind of nail that one because I think about it all the time. I'm walking around my house like,
law says you can't touch. Law says you can't touch.
And I go up to my dog,
but I think I see a lot of lawbreakers right here.
I like that part. And then after he says it, all these strippers come on, Matthew McConaughey, all these strippers, Channing Tatum comes out, fucking. And then I go like, fuck, and then I have to stop. Because I'm starting to get a feeling. I'm just starting to get like a feeling. It's not a boner. It's not a boner. But I can feel my dick starting to turn over a little bit. Just starting to. You know when you can feel your dick kind of unfold? It's like a pool toy that's been blowing up for a while. The wrinkles are starting to come out. It's taking shape. It's like... Just that early. My dick's just waking up. What are you guys doing here? Anyway, I'll never watch the whole movie. I've never seen Magic Mike in its entirety. because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the end of Magic Mike. I know what the end of Magic Mike is. I'm pretty sure that the end of Magic Mike is that I'm gay. Pretty sure that's how it ends. I don't want to see the ending. I want to stay like this. You know why? Because I'm 49 years old. I don't want to enter the gay community now. This is not the version of me that's going to have an awesome time as the new gay guy. So fuck that. And that's my right, by the way, because that's about me. That is my life. I would never discriminate against another person for being gay. I wouldn't dream of it, but I have every right to oppress and discriminate against my own possible budding homosexuality. That's mine to just violently push down. Like it's a dude I'm trying to make blow me right now. And you know, I haven't become like generally attracted to men. I'm not sexually attracted to men. Just Matthew McConaughey and Channing Tatum. Those two guys? Fuck. Seriously. And he's like, just fucking sexy. And Channing, kind of dumb face, like, oh shit. Oh, fuck. I like it. But men in general, I'm not into it. It's just these, you know what I think it is I'm only gay for the best. I'm top shelf gay. I'm not retail gay, you know what I mean? I'm not off the rack gay. I'm not gonna go to JCPenney's and suck a bunch of dicks. I'm gonna go to Neiman Marcus and get this signature collection. Platinum dick. The best. The best dick. Because I'll try the best anything. If it's the best one, I'll try it. Like, I don't like cognac. I would never buy a bottle of Hennessy and keep it in my house. But I had never tried the best cognac. If somebody was like, would you like to try this cognac? This cognac was 500 years old, 300 years ago. Like, yeah, fucking give me that. I want to go to a Kenyan restaurant. I know all the foods that I like. But if somebody was like, this is the best Kenyan restaurant, it takes 6 months to get a reservation, I can get you in. They fly live turtles in. And you bite off its screaming face while it's alive. And every turtle you eat is the last of his species. Can't wait to eat that fucking turtle. And end his people with me. The best dick ever. His dick has been soaking in olive oil since he was 5 years old. We've been feeding him nothing but butter and penises his whole life. He's the best dick, and you can suck it right now. Well, let me see it. Can I see it? Can you take it out? It's my favorite thing now. Fuck, I shouldn't have looked at it. Just bring it closer. I don't know what I'm going to do, but bring it closer, please. I think at that point you put it in your mouth, right? If you're looking at the best dick ever and you're not sure you want to suck it, just put it in your mouth. And then decide. Just for like 20 seconds. That's a long time. That's 20 seconds. That's a long time to have a dick in your mouth that you're ambivalent about. It's 20 seconds. If you have a dick in your mouth for 20 seconds, you are not deciding. 20 seconds. I'll show you. This is 20 seconds with a dick in your mouth. Talk about their mothers. I was watching a football game one time, and this guy scored a bunch of shit, whatever, and they were excited. So they asked him about it afterwards. And the football player said, "My mom died last year, but I know she was watching my game from heaven tonight." And I wanted to be there to say, leave your mother alone. How dare you? She's dead. I mean, when are you done with your fucking kids? When are you finished with your fucking kids? Even after you're dead, you still have to go to their fucking games and shit? Leave your mother alone. She did her job. She raised you and it killed her. I mean, let her enjoy heaven. Don't you want your mother to enjoy heaven? Isn't that what you want your mom to be, just in heaven? Whee! This poor woman, the angels are like, "We're having an angel party. You want to come with us?" "I can't. I got to watch my son's games. He'll be very upset." Okay, good. He can't fucking hear me. When people die, it means they did their jobs, and you should forget them. That's what I think. Because it's unfair what we put on dead people. Are you watching over me? Yes, I'm watching all of it. You know, like when you see an old couple and they've been married for like 60 years. You know that kind of story? Everybody always loves that. The kind of people that always get applause based on the math of their lives. How long have you been married? 60 years. Oh. Isn't that automatically wonderful? How do you know? You just know how long it's been.
For 60 years, every morning he tells me I'm a piece of shit.
Well, let's just say this is a happy couple, okay? They love each other. They've been married for 60 years. That's longer than most people really want to be alive, and they've been together that long. And now they're just an old couple, and they just walk together. You know when you see two people? And it's kind of lovely. They don't need anybody else. It's just the two of them. This is both of them. They just walk. They always walk somewhere nobody walks there. There's trash. Trucks. He's wearing a suit that is not a color. She's wearing a dress that's like a triangle, like a kid drew it. It's just fucking a dress with fruit on it. Nobody cares. And they just walk every day.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
You want to go to the store and get a cracker?
Yeah, let's get a cracker at the store.
Yeah, buy a cracker.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
And then one day, usually he dies first. They're walking, and he goes, "Ah. Ah." And she says, "Richard! Ah. Ah. Richard! Ah." And he dies. So now it's just her. Just Rose. And she's alone. Now she just stands in their house. Once in a while, somebody goes to get Rose because there's a wedding. "Come on, Rose. Enter. Just fucking come on. Come on. Fuck, come on. Fuck. Just want to push her from... She lives 10 more years. 10 years after Richard dies. And then 10 years later now she's laying in a bed. She's dying. Somebody's there with her on their phone. So Rose is dying, and she says, well, at least now I get to be with my Richard forever. Where'd she get that idea? Where did that come from? I've looked it up. No religion teaches that when you die, you get to ruin heaven for your dead spouse. Why is that fair? Who gets... Richard's been dead for 10 years. He's been in heaven for 10 years. And somebody comes up to him, hey, your wife is coming. What? Me just now? Yeah, Rose just died. She'll be here in about 20 minutes. They just gotta hose her down and tape the wings on. And then you're gonna be together forever. Wait a minute. Fuck. You said this was heaven. Why is this... I have a girlfriend here now. I don't want to fucking... She's the love of your life. She's not the love of my death, motherfucker. That's marriage. Marriage is a big deal. Marriage is a big deal. I went to a wedding the other day. I went to a gay wedding. I've been to a lot of gay weddings, which is not true. It's not true at all, but I did go to one. But I don't go to weddings generally because I don't like them. I hate it. Don't invite me, really. I think it's rude to invite people to your wedding. I really do. Nobody's happy to get that shit. You make it all pretty, and they're like, oh, fuck! This is gonna suck! Here's a helpful list of places to stay. Oh, great. I get to live in a La Quinta in Reading, Pennsylvania for 3 days because you want to get married for a couple of years. Nobody wants to watch you start your shitty thing. Nobody wants to see it. Everybody's in a shitty thing. That's what it is. That's what it is to be with somebody. You're either alone or you're in a shitty thing. That covers 100% of human beings. I know I can see there's young couples here, and you're like, no, we're in a good one. It's really good. Yeah, fuck you. Who do you think you are? It just didn't get so arrogant. Yeah, I think we figured it out. No, yeah, you're the first ones. Of course it's gonna get shitty. That's part of it. It's like going to a horror movie, and in the first minute, you're like, I think they're all gonna be fine. No, they're all gonna die, and you're gonna hate the person you love right now. It's the way it works. Love plus time minus distance equals hate. That's just the way it goes. I'm not saying don't do it. You should do it. It's the best thing. It's the best part of life, love is. But don't be greedy and expect it to last. Don't be amazed that a butterfly died because you shot it in the face. Just fall in love, make a fucking mess. It goes shitty, you don't realize it till too late, and then you cry a lot and move on. It's the best part of life. It is. I've always loved love. This has always been my favorite part of life, is meeting somebody and going, oh shit, that person. That's the best feeling. Now, why the fuck would that just, oh yeah, for years, for our whole lives, just, oh yeah. That's insane to expect that. And then it rots and dies. It's just the way it goes. It's like if you see a person in the park making bubbles with a big wand, you know, with soap, and sometimes they make a really big one and he goes, oh, hey, hey, ah, shit, okay. That's all. You don't stand over, liar! You don't get mad at the soap stain. It gets so shitty, man. It does. Oh. Oh.
But this movie is just a movie about people, and it's also crosses. You know, Joe plays kind of a nervous liberal, and then his family is extremely blue collar. They're not necessarily
extremely,
extremely blue collar,
extremely outspoken.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not political,
right?
But they're culturally outspoken.
Yeah.
And so the movie bleeds from one side to the other, as you know,
which is nice because it also feels like that is what real life is like. Like all of us that have, you know, either are liberal or have liberal friends, have been around that person's family, and their family's like that.
Of course,
the family of origin sometimes will be like just the polar opposite.
It's very rare that a family has the same. I mean, it's bizarre and actually unhealthy. when a family's the same.
Yeah, the whole way down.
Like you
all the
shouldn't
way
be
down.
your parents, essentially. That would be so terrible.
Well, like Shane Gillis does a very funny thing in New York. He's a very funny anomaly in stand-up, which is that he's a red state product.
Yeah.
And he plays to Brooklyn kids in New York.
Right.
And I've seen him in front of audiences where you could just feel, as soon as he gets on stage without him talking, they go like, oh, what is this guy?
Yeah.
And he goes, my father's a Fox News guy.
Yeah.
And they just go, boo.
Yeah.
And he goes, you guys, all your fathers are Fox News guys. And then they cheer right after they booed.
Yeah.
They cheer.
Yeah.
It's a really funny thing. It's this love-hate. So this movie is about a guy who came from that and lives in New York and needs to go back to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
People have... everyone has people in their lives that it's not your kind of person, but you just love them. You just love them. You know?
Yeah.
The thing with especially presidential politics, it's every 4 years.
I know.
We have this
obsession.
Well, it's a discussion that's very important. It's like a family thing. It's like a family thing. It's like a family decision. The way people take it, it's very personal.
Yeah.
It's like a member of it's like if you had an election in your family. If you're in a family that's like living as a family and you had an election, is mom or dad going to be in charge for the next 4 years? Or is our brother going to take dad's spot?
Right.
You know, which is what it felt like to me when Clinton won. It felt like our brother took over for dad, you know?
Yeah.
Or
he was one of us.
Yeah, or maybe 3 of your siblings brought some woman that you don't know to the house and said, we're going to replace mom with her. And we have the votes to do it. And you would go, what? The amount of anger and passion that an election in your family would have.
That's what we're doing right now.
That's what it's like. That's because it's very emotional. It's not a rational thing.
Yeah.
It's not based on, you know, picking somebody to do a job. It's based on how we all feel and what we want to say to the rest of the world and what we're afraid of. And you know what I mean? It's a big deal. So I'm a American citizen.
Yes, you are.
So
congratulations.
Yeah, so whoever's president affects my life like it does everybody else's.
Yeah.
A vote is a personal thing and it's a personal right, but your vote also affects everybody else. So it's a really tricky thing. And I think the thing about American politics is that it's always going to be a big, messy fight. That's what democracy is. Like, people would feel more united and at peace if we were all being oppressed by one, you know, government. Then everybody gets along better. But when we're all trying to decide, and we're all very different from each other, it's a big, ugly, difficult fight.
To read about you is to know that nothing, even close, is as important as your children.
Yeah, easily. Being a dad that's the most important job.
And what did they think of the comedy? Did they love it? Did they say, it's not me, Dad, it's funny how you use us, but it's not me?
Well, the stand-up that I do, I've changed the way I talk about my kids just because I like sharing my stand-up with my kids. I like showing them what I do. Yeah. And, you know, the first time I ever showed my oldest daughter a bit I used to do about hide and seek, playing hide and seek.
Yes, tell me that story.
With her, and it was about getting really frustrated that she would hide it in plain sight, literally, and I would have to pretend she wasn't, that she was hiding better. And on stage, I would say what BS this was because she's, you know, I mean, I have to pretend she's good, and I would rail about it and get angry. And I showed this to her when she was, I don't know, 6, and she laughed a lot because her younger sister. It was like that now. Like she was having to patronize her younger sister.
Oh, I see. She was doing the same thing.
So she's like,
to her
just like
sister,
what
you
it
were
is.
doing
Yeah,
to
she's
her.
like, I know exactly how you feel. She was able to make that connection. And she also thought it was funny that I got so upset. She knew it was funny because in real life at home, I'm not like that. You know, I mean, I get upset like any parent does, but not unreasonably. So
So she thought, she knew. But would she say to her friends, I have the funniest dad in the world? He's the funniest man to be around.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I mean, what I hope is that her thoughts about me are as a father.
As a loving father.
I'm there for her when she gets off the bus from school. I'm there for her. I take her home. I cook her dinner. We do her homework together, and her sister, same thing. So I take care of them. To me, that's what I want them to remember. I think,
of course,
the work is like something that hopefully, when they're like 18, 19, they'll Google me and go, wow, this guy did a bunch of stuff while he was doing that, It's not important to me that I like to model for them a good life in my career as far as, trying really hard and being responsible. I tell them when something big is at stake and when it doesn't go well or when it does. I tell them that stuff as a role model, But I could be doing the same thing if I was working at some company making widgets or something,
And then I go home to my wife, and it's like coming back from Vietnam. I don't relate to my family anymore.
Well, you wouldn't understand.
I'm Bruce Dern, fucking taking off my clothes and walking into the ocean. I just fucking can't relate to society.
Sell the car,
anymore.
sell the house, sell the kids.
Yeah.
Send that letter.
Yeah, exactly.
That Kurt's letter.
Just less and less
Colonel
able to
CK.
fucking- Colonel CK. Yeah. Nothing to say to her.
Oh, damn.
My wife is like fucking a astronaut's wife with a shaky cigarette in her hand. He's fine. We all love him here.
Very proud. When was the last time you saw your family? You've been on the road for a while, right?
Yeah, well, this morning, I'm in New York. We're all in the city, so I saw my family this morning. My wife came into the city only because we had to go to couples therapy, so she brought the kids.
Today?
Yeah, we went yesterday.
You ever just yank your cock out and say, why don't you toot on this for a few minutes? That's how you got to do it, man, as a married guy.
Holy shit, that's a great idea.
How's that working out?
If I did that, she would just do whatever she was doing. She wouldn't even look. We don't look at each other. And if I took out my dick and said, why don't you toot on this for a while, she'd keep whatever fucking emailing. She'd be looking at whatever real estate wherever she wants to live when she leaves me. She'd be like, I'm sorry, did you say something?
And the counseling,
it would be nothing.
The counseling is obviously her idea.
Oh no, I wanted to go.
You went for it.
Yeah. I'm the one who said I wanted to go. This fucking guy we did it last time we went. It's a double session. It was $800.
Wow.
$800.
What does he do? Eat both your assholes while he talks to you?
Jesus. That's
$800.
Wow. How's it? Is it doing anything?
Oh, it's great. Everything's great.
It's great. Everything's great.
Oh, worth every penny.
It's fantastic. Great.
Yeah.
$400 a person?
Well, it's $400 an hour. He don't break it up by the person.
Oh, you go 2 hours?
Yeah, it's couples.
It's a drive-in movie. He puts her in the trunk before he drives. There's only one person here.
Is there anything
Listen up, honey.
Is there anything you could share from those get-togethers?
Well, no, not anything about us. The guy, though, the first day he's telling us about it. A lot of times they tell you about other couples to give you comparisons. And he's like, hey, I know a couple, because I'm on the road a lot and I work a lot. So he's like, it's hard for people with careers. I know a couple. She's a lawyer and he's a sports writer. Right away, I'm like, I can Google that and make some connections.
Yeah, really.
I can figure that one out. And he's like, while he's covering March Madness,
he's a lawyer. He's a sports writer.
And then he goes, well, he's covering March Madness, and she's lecturing about pornography and law around the. So I'm like, I know who these people are. Yeah. I can figure it out in 10 seconds. Why are you telling me this?
The next couple's going to come in and he goes, I know a couple.
I know a couple. He's stars in Lucky Louie.
Lucky Louie.
The first initial in his name are LOUI. Fucking douche.
That's got to be something, though. You ever sitting there and listen to like a therapist or something and go like, he doesn't get this at all? Or...
No. Well, the thing is, what happens in therapy is you get it. You really say the shit. It's only because my wife, I know she doesn't have XM in the car she's in, that I can say that the other day she said, she pointed at my head and said, I hate him.
Oh, at the head.
Yeah, at my head.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the thing. You get in there and you fucking have it out. You say everything. And then you get addicted to that. And you can say, outside of the therapist's office, you can say nothing. Like, outside of the therapist's office, we're just, like, at home, we're just, like, just bullshit talking about, what did Rosie O'Donnell say today? Like, we can't, but if we start talking about anything real, it gets lightning rodded to what we fucking have said to each other. And if he's not there, we're going to kill each other.
Wow.
So we can only talk for 1 hour a week.
She said, I hate him?
And we spend all the other hours of the week in this strange avoidance
If we were in a boxing ring during the week, people would be whistling and throwing paper and do something. And then for that 1 hour, oh yeah, motherfucker, it gets hot in there.
I don't.
Oh shit!
I don't know how far we can take this, but why do you guys hate each other? Or can you discuss that?
What did you think when she said, "I hate you"? What did you feel when she said, "I hate you"?
I hate you too.
Okay.
Is it just over time, slowly but surely, the relationship broke down, or is this? Was there?
Oh, we got 2 kids. I think it's like this for almost any marriage, except for that we have. The thing is, we have a traditional marriage. I make all the money, and she raises the kids. But we have a traditional marriage in 2007, which means that you can't just say that.
Not traditional.
No, I don't get to say, I bring home the bacon.
Right.
You watch the kids.
You fry it up in a pan.
Fry it up in a pan.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. I bring home the bacon, I fry it up in the pan, I feed it to the kids, and if I mention that I pay the bills, I'm a fucking asshole. Like I'm a piece of shit for, like somehow I'm being... prehistoric but it's true that I pay them, so it's hard. Like marriage is harder now, I think, than it ever has been. And it's not like this guy, he wrote a book, the guy we're going to, and it's all about how it's hard for marriage now because when the women work. My wife doesn't fucking work.
So your theory of your book goes out the fucking window.
Yeah, it's hard, but mostly it's because when you have kids, it's hard to fuck anymore, and you also care about your kids far more than you care about your spouse. I mean, my kids are my life now. I really don't give a shit about her. I really don't, because how could I next to my kids?
I'm laughing because I'm fucking stunned. It's just like a stunning thing.
The honesty.
Yeah.
The honesty.
Well, it's true. If our kids, look, I've got a lot of history with my wife, and there's a lot. It's a complicated relationship, and I feel I feel a lot of push and pull in many directions, and I'm fighting really hard to save it. We're in therapy, and my whole life right now is focused on saving our relationship and getting it back to somewhere good.
Right. Oh, but
so it's the biggest deal in my life. But if my kids weren't here, I wouldn't even call her to say goodbye. I just walked. I wouldn't leave a note. I would just stop being near her
you're
fucking cancerous body.
You're saving it for for the kids then.
Totally, 100%.
That's why I'm so glad I never had kids. Oh my God, because the whole thing you're talking about, like I used to get ragged on for not doing things
chores
around the house. Right. I had these set chores to do. There weren't much, but it was like, why? I'm going out. It's a new career for me doing radio. Yes. I'm really like learning the trade at the time. This was years ago, and she's not working, and I'm bringing home the money. And believe me, a lot more money than I was when we were both working, and I was knocking tin.
Yeah.
But then,
the money you brought in just to help you out a little bit gave her the luxury of not having to work.
Yeah, not having to work.
Right.
Which is kind of key, I think, to the whole thing.
But then there'd be these little chores I would have. Like I'd have to take out the garbage, and it was my job to vacuum. And like if I didn't do it, I would be ragged on. Like I remember my mother fucking yelling at me for not vacuuming.
No, and the thing is, to me, if you don't have kids, I don't get any of it.
And that was it.
If you're married and you don't have children and you have a bad week, get the fuck out. Why the fuck would you save a marriage that's stressful?
Right.
When you have kids, that's everything. You got to stay together for the kids because you got to be. It's not even that they need to have 2 parents to be together. It's just that you want to be there for your children because you fucking care about them. But you got to look at it on the other side. Like the thing about having kids too is that spend one day, if you have kids, spend one full day with them where you're like, every time I give my wife a break, I fucking totally realize what she's going through. It's fucking murder. You want to kill everybody in the world. When you're alone with kids and you don't have, I have a job. Even when I'm taking care of the kids, I fucking got my computer on my knee and I'm working. Like I'm fucking writing a movie.
Yeah, you're still working.
Yeah, I'll call just to make myself feel okay about the fucking trap that children feel like on a given day. I'll call my manager and just say, what's going on? And he'll be like, well, we just booked another OA date in Camden. Oh, good. Go read a story to my daughter. You know what I mean? Because I'm not sitting in a room reading fucking The Happy Hen and nothing else is going on. I've got a show I just booked in Camden. I'm put it on my website. There's people talking about me around the country, buying tickets to my shows, ordering my DVDs on Amazon. That helps me sit in a room and read to my boring little kids. But my wife has fucking nothing except to focus on what a piece of shit I am for dropping cum into her and making people that have ruined her life. That's all she's got. So I actually completely see her side to it. We are, and what we found out in therapy is that we're trapped and that it's neither of our faults.
So how?
But that doesn't make us go, oh,
the
okay.
only solution is killing the children.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
throwing
really...
them into a garbage can and letting them die next to a rat in a milk carton.
And you two just, like, spur of the moment, laughing, heading off to the Caribbean.
Oh, my God, we'd have a ball.
Just having fun like the old days.
I actually think if, like, when I picture that, if we got rid of the kids, I would walk out the door. Actually, what I'd do is fuck her face, and we'd probably get along great.
Why don't you guys go on vacation together? Leave the kids with one of your parents for a few days, and seriously, go away for a few days.
I want to punch you in the face for saying
Is that bad?
Oh, shit.
Is that bad? I don't know.
It's just so complicated. One of them, she's still breastfeeding the kid who's 2. Can't get the kid away from her. No,
bad?
it's a mess. Never do that.
Hey,
never do that.
Wow, man.
That's like walking up to a guy in a concentration camp and going, why don't you just take a little trip somewhere and get out of here? If you don't like it here, why are you hanging around?
No, but I mean, you can't give them to, like, the parents or something like that?
Because there's Nazis that will shoot me in the face if I leave.
2's too young to leave a kid.
Wow, man.
Yeah, 2, no, we can't leave the kid.
Let's go to Minnesota, I think. Chris, what's up?
Hey, love your show.
Thank you.
Hey, Louis, I completely agree. To me, I think I'm just a dick for my wife. You know, I'm just a dick in the house.
Well, that one lost steam faster than you expected.
Yeah, I know.
He won't admit that he doesn't care about his wife either.
Yeah. No, to me, I'm just a dick to the wife, and so. Hey, Jimmy, got a question for you.
I'm sorry I did that. I'm embarrassed that I did that.
I did that.
Who is that?
That's Ines. His apology.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, David.
Use it now for embarrassing phone calls.
Let's try to get this back on the rails. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Oh, no, Louis, you're absolutely spot on. Same predicament here. You just go numb, man. You know, but I'm at the point where I couldn't give a fuck if my wife went out and got filled up with somebody else's cock custard. I'm done. Don't give a shit, man. I'm just holding on, waiting for the kids to graduate. Get the fuck out, man. I had my...
Oh, no, if my wife cheated on me, it would change nothing.
Yeah,
it really would.
You wouldn't leave her?
It would be leverage for just the little things during the day. That's all it would be.
You wouldn't leave her?
No, because I can't. I got plenty of reasons to do it now. I got kids. We want to stay together. We want to have the kids. And you know, and the thing is, the complex thing about it is that we share the kids, and that makes us happy together. Like we, as parents, we're fucking the best friends in the world. We watch our kids do fun shit, and it's hugely rewarding.
That's
the two
your
of us.
Common denominator there.
Yeah, exactly. So like we'll be hissing at each other. I hate you. I'll never suck your dick again. Fuck you. You whole fucking whore. Oh look. Oh look what she did.
Oh my God.
Oh, isn't that cute? So we do, but that joy that we share with the kids, totally real, and it's actually making life worth living. So that's the thing that's complicated about it. When I pictured leaving, I'm not only sad to think of not being with my kids every day, which I am. I'm also sad about her. She's part of that. She's part of our.
You won't be able to share that with her.
No, that's bigger. And actually, you know, look, I'm almost 40. My dick is finally starting to get 8% less hard than it used to be. So like the fucking joy of having a family is starting to outweigh the sex a little bit. And that's kind of sad because it's like, you know, I'm not going to care that nobody fucks me in a couple of years.
Dude, I think
that makes me want to kill myself.
You ought to do it when she's laying there sleeping, start eating her ass like a fucking loon. Go in there and start eating her ass. She'll be like, this loon is
She sleeps with the fucking children. So I'd have to move my baby to the side.
Go like this. If the kid looks at it, go.
Oh, he inadvertently sticks his face in the baby's ass.
Life can be stressful here, though, because life is good, and so we want it to be better. And we try to perfect everything in our lives, and it's like a job. Being a consumer is like a job. You have to make sure you get the best one. If you get a Blu-ray player, you got to do research. You got to look at reviews of a player. You got to go on Amazon and read a really long review written by an insane person who's been dead for months because he shot his wife and then himself after explaining to you that the remote is counterintuitive. It's got really small buttons on the remote, he said, before he suicided his whole family. And now you're reading it and going, I don't know. I don't know which one to get. I don't know. I got to get the best one. Why? Who are you, the king of Siam, that you should get the best one ever? Bring me the best. Who cares? They're all the same, these machines. They're all made from the same Asian suffering. There's no difference.
The thing is that Ellen is not a popular person. She's kind of a rotten, smelly, awful.
She sucked when I met her.
Is she not a nice lady?
Idiot. She's. I wish we were on XM so I could describe her completely.
Of course,
but I can't.
Wait, what have you heard?
The FCC cannot, would not let her be accurately described.
This is interesting.
It would be like if a cop said who shot you, and it was hard to be like, you got to take me off the air because I can't tell you.
Jimmy met her in Vegas, so this is really interesting because he got the big blow off. She was doing something for XM, and we were out there for XM. So I was like, I'll walk out, but she's being filmed. I'm like, hey, I get my pictures with everybody. It's just what I do.
You didn't get a picture with me. I've met you twice now.
Yeah, but I'm too nervous to ask.
Okay.
So I walked up to Ellen, and I'm like, hey, I'm a comic. I'm also doing something with XM. I just wanted to get a quick picture. She's like, oh, no, I can't. I'm in the middle of shooting. But she wasn't, and I wanted to spit in her face.
Yeah, she's really...
I gave her a good trashing, if that's any consolation.
Good for you.
I know people that work for her as writers, and she's dope and mean to people.
Oh, easy, Lou,
like
on the
that.
language.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's a spoil sport.
She's a real ninny.
She's a right rotter, isn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a right rotter.
Yeah, she's
yes, most definitely.
They went to commercial, I was reading recently, and she yelled at her writers, why did you write that for me?
Yeah, she's really got gallons of...
Yeah, that had made the press last week, I believe.
Was she a good stand-up in a day?
Yes, I think she was.
Is that okay to say?
She was a good stand-up. Okay.
She was fine. She was all right. I know she never made me laugh, really. But because she's got that way about her...
being a leather.
Well, no, not that one. Yeah, I don't. Who cares about that? But the fact that she has this sort of MO means that people pile it on.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, look at her working. She shouldn't be working. And whatever, that story. You know what? I've had a show where I had writers, and I'd look at them and say, you guys stink, and I hate you. So the stories about how tough she is on the writers, that I take with a grain of salt because...
Well, I guess
there's a natural, you got to crack the whip, and also there's a natural thing where the person who's on camera is taking the hits for bad jokes.
But would you do it in front of a live audience?
What's that?
Would you do it in front of a live audience?
Oh, no, never.
I think that's what the story was about. Yeah, she did a joke and it sucked, and she goes, why would you write that for me? And she was dead serious.
Wow, I don't know.
While they were in break.
Yeah, no, she sucks.
You had good writers on Lucky Louie, man.
Every one of them.
It was funny, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a God. That's all I think you can say, honestly. I mean, you can say there is a God if you believe in it. You could just get to say it because you believe it. You can't argue with somebody's beliefs. I believe in God. Now you don't. Yes. I mean, it's faith. It's not science. It's faith. I envy people who have faith. They wake up in the morning and there he is. They're like, oh, hi. That's so nice that you came again today. He's always there. I don't have that. I wake up and there's nobody. It's just my bad breath and my garlic penis. It used to be at least a boner that all right, let's get going. But it's just so. But I don't think you can say there's no God, because that takes a lot of confidence to say, nope, there's definitely not a God. How do you know? Just because doesn't seem like there's one? So there's not one. How can a human being think that they know that there isn't anything? I mean, you're a human. You can see for 100 yards tops. How could you possibly know? God might be right behind you all the time, just like... I think if there is a God, it's probably not the way they describe him in the Bible. They say he's our father and we're his children. That's a weird story. He's our father and we're his children. Where's our mother? How could we not? What did he do to our mom? Something happened. Somewhere in heaven there's a porch with a dead lady under it. I think God was, if there is a God, at least he has an ex-wife. Maybe that's what it is. God's divorced. And we're in hit like this is our weekend with God. It feels like a long time, but this is just our weekend with Dad. And then he's going to take us to Mom's apartment. And she's going to be sitting there kind of nervous. I made you a cheese sandwich. And we're like, I don't know you. And it feels weird. I think that we made God a man because we wanted men to be in charge. So it made sense. Because it doesn't make sense that men are in charge. It makes sense that women would be in charge. because your mom is the first person who takes care of you. So it just makes sense that mothers would run the world, and they don't. It's the opposite. So we have this weird system of men being. It's kind of upside down, and I think the reason is because women were in charge a long time ago, and they were really mean. They were horrible, and you had to walk around naked, and they'd flick your penis and laugh at you. So we're so scared of them. And then finally, one guy punched a woman, and she was like, "Well," he's like, "We can hit them," and then that was it. That was it.
NPR. We always listen to NPR because we're better than you. And so we're listening to NPR at breakfast the other morning, and there's this one story where they kept using this phrase. They kept saying 9/11 deniers. They kept saying that. 9/11 deniers. And my daughter was like, "What is that?" And I said, "Well, it's a group of people that think September 11th was a conspiracy." And she said, "Oh, I thought they were saying 9/11 deniers." Yeah, she thought they meant 9 people who just ain't buying this 11 bullshit. Just a small fringe group, really. There's only 9 of them. But they still got on NPR, they got on the radio because they're dedicated. They protest every day. They're the 9/11 deniers. They're outside of the White House. It goes 10, 12, 13. Just know it. We are the 9/11 deniers. We know that 11 is a bullshit number propagated on the people by the man. Why do we have 11 when we have 13 and 14 and 15 and 16, 17, motherfucking 18 and 19, but we do not have a 1 team? What happened to 1 team? The government took 1 team and replaced it with some bullshit called 11. We are the 9 that deny that shit. Mr. President, give us back 1 team. I don't mean to offend any Chinese people with a stereotype, but...
That's right, I'm Chinese, motherfuckers. I lived in Shanghai. I'm Chineser than a motherfucker. I'm a chopsticks and whatnot. Ah!
All right. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Stereotypes are harmful. That's the truth. But the voices are funny. And I don't know how to reconcile those two facts. I enjoy doing the voices, but they're offensive. So I do them at home. I used to do them for my kids when they were little. They liked them. They didn't know it was a race thing. They just enjoyed, "Daddy, do the friendly man." "You want me to be the friendly man, little girl?" "We love the friendly man." "He loves little white girls too. Let's have some scrambled eggs." And then they grew up, and I was like, "Don't talk about the friendly man. Maybe don't talk to your teachers about them." My kids go to public school in New York City, and all right, send your kids there then. Teach them that's what life is like. The teachers amaze me because I don't know. This is the worst. Here's the worst thing about this country to me is that there's no more noble profession than to be a public school teacher. It's easily. Please don't. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like where it's going. I don't recommend clapping at any things. You'll regret it at the end of the thing. In a democracy, there's no more noble contribution you can make than to teach in a public school. And in this country, the people that do that, they're fucking losers. They're just rock bottom fucking losers. And everybody knows it, but they keep doing it. New people are teaching every day, knowing how shitty it is. They show up, they tell them ahead of time, hi, what is this job? And they say, okay, here's what we need you to do. We need you to make children know math. Wow. Do they want to know math? No, they don't want to know it. You need to make them know it against their will while they're exploding sexually and Who are these children? Just whatever kids live near the building. How much do I get paid? About $10 every 4 years. What if I get really good at it? What happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nobody notices, and you get fired, and you die alone. Okay, I'll try it for 25 years. My daughter's learning about Greek mythology, and she was asking me questions about it. She was like, Daddy, who's Achilles' mother? I said, I don't fucking know. Don't ask me that shit. I don't know who Achilles' mother is. Don't yell it out if you know it, please.
It can't be empathies.
Nobody cares what you know. She had a question about Achilles, and it was an interesting question, and I'll tell it to you. But first, the story of Achilles, real quick. Achilles was a baby. He was a Greek baby, and he didn't stay that way. But when he was a Greek baby, his mother, who was a goddess, took him into the river Styx, which is at Hades, the land of the dead, and she dipped him in the water of the river Styx because there was a magical quality to that water that it would make you impervious of any harm. You couldn't be hurt. It was like a shield, right? So she dipped him in that water to protect him. But she held him by the heel. That's the important detail. Held him by the heel, which is an awkward way to hold a baby. By the heel. Try holding a baby by the heel and dipping it in a river. You'll never see that baby again.
I lost the baby in the water. I was trying to wash him and he fell in the river. I'm sorry, Miss Achilles, I lost your baby. You told me to hold him by the heel. He's asleep.
Achilles' mother's a Mexican nanny. It's a lesser-known character in the Iliad. Anyway, his mother, she was able to hold on, of course, because she was a goddess. She was the goddess of grip or whatever, I don't know. And she held on, and then he was protected, except on his heel. His heel was not protected, and so that's what we call your Achilles heel, your one vulnerable place. Everybody's got their Achilles heel. Achilles' Achilles heel was his heel. Like literally. Anyway, so my daughter, here was her question. She said, how come his mother didn't just dip him again? She could have just dipped him one more time with the other leg in there. Did she just like you're like a sign that says one dip per goddess? Did you ever color an Easter egg? It's not that complicated. You dip it, and then you hold it differently and dip it again. Smart kid. I was proud of her. But at the same time, I thought, who the fuck are you to judge this woman? It bothered me. Because here's what the story of Achilles teaches me, is that if you're a parent, it's never enough what you do for these motherfuckers. It's just never enough. It's still gonna be your fault. How much more do you want from a mother? She dipped her kid in magic water and protected 99% of his body. Is any of it up to him? He could have just wore a big shoe and be careful. But he goes out in sandals, fucking flip-flops. And a sword and fights the whole planet. I'm Achilles because my mother dipped me. Finally, somebody got him in the heel and he's like, Mom! Thanks a lot, Mom! I was in upstate New York in a small town, and I was standing in front of a drugstore. And in the window of the drugstore, they had a wheelchair on display in the window. Is that really an impulse purchase? I should get a wheelchair. That would really help with my paralysis. Then I wouldn't have to drag myself everywhere I go, like I've been doing for 10 years since my legs were blown off at the marathon. Okay. Bunch of fucking hypocrites, apparently. Because, let me point some out to you. Let me point some out to you, motherfuckers. You were just, like, seconds ago, laughing at a man with no legs crawling on the ground. You're just... And then at the end, you're like, oh, but not those particular legless people. No. We thought you meant just some asshole with a childhood disease who deserves to be laughed at. Not one of those. Now, we're laughing at all legless people equally. However you lost your legs. Ha ha ha. You haven't legs. And we've legs. I have legs. I have 2 legs. 2 fucking legs. That's the maximum amount. I fucking love having 2 legs. I fucking love it. I wouldn't like having no legs. I really don't think I would like it. I think it would suck. I think it would suck shit out of the balls of Christ. It's an old Southern expression. It's not used like it used to be. I think 2 legs is better than none. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. It's not popular. You're not supposed to say that because you're supposed to always be very positive about disabled people. But I think that puts pressure on them to be positive. What if they don't want to be? Because the only story we want to hear is about the amazing disabled people. He's amazing. He lost his legs and then he won the leg-having contest. What about disabled people who aren't amazing? Who are just ordinary with a sweatshirt and some potato chips and he's going, fuck, I wish I had legs. No, this is better. This is better with no legs. Why is it better? Because you can do anything now. I can do 4 things. Fuck off. I just don't know that our positive, non-disabled attitude really helps. Like retarded people. We're going to talk about retarded people for 20 minutes. That's what's going to happen. We're going to discuss retarded people for 20 minutes. It's not okay to never speak of them. No, we're going to talk about them. First of all, I want to talk about the word retarded, okay? Because the word retarded, it's a bad word, and people do not like the word retarded. They find it very offensive. Now, I'm a little confused by this, because it wasn't always a bad word. And I grew up in the 70s, and it wasn't bad back then. And most bad words were always bad. You know, cunt never had a day in the sun. There was never a time where the Santa Claus at the mall was like, come here, you little cunt, tell me what you want for Christmas. And then in the 90s, we're like, let's lay off a cunt a little bit there, gang. No, we used the word retarded in the 70s. We used it to identify people who were retarded. It wasn't controversial. It wasn't like, he's retarded. It was like, he is retarded. This fellow right here is retarded, right? I told you, yes, you're still retarded. He is retarded, everyone. And I grew up in Boston. We didn't say retarded in Boston. We said retarded.
He's retarded. God bless him, he's fucking retarded.
That's the way we used it. With love. Help the retarded. That's what people said in the 70s. Help the retarded. There was a lady outside the supermarket near my house every Christmas with a bell. She was like, help the retarded. Help the fucking retarded. You gonna tell me she was a bad person? She was helping the retarded. And I feel like we had more of them around back then. I haven't seen one in years. In the 70s, there was a retarded guy in a windbreaker on every street corner. We were using the word, and they were more in our lives. I swear to God, they were more. They were in our culture. There was TV movies about retarded people all the time. Tonight on ABC, a retarded boy's dream. There was one, I remember, with Sean Cassidy. I don't know if you remember Sean Cassidy. Some of you too young. But Sean Cassidy, he began his career as a teen pop idol. He was a 13-year-old boy with a very hit song called Da Do Run Run. And he had feathered blonde hair and juicy lips. And he's on the cover of Teen Beat magazine. And everybody liked Sean Cassidy because he was sexy. He's a sexy boy. I thought he was sexy. I thought he was really sexy. I was 6 years old. But I already had inappropriate sex feelings for teenage boys when I was 6. I was an old soul. I was a pedophile when I was 6. I used to go up to teenage boys when I was 6, like, hey, how's it going? That kid's weird, he's got a boner. Anyway. Not anymore, I outgrew it, but no. I'm not sexually attracted to teenage boys. I'm not. But I don't not get it. I mean, I get it. I'm not like, what? Like, you can see it. Like, I was at an airport once, and I'm walking along where people walk in the airport, and there's these chairs facing the aisle, and there's this family sitting there, a mom and a dad and 2 teenage boys, and they're like just both sitting with their phones with their legs. They're wearing like these shorts. One had cutoff shorts, and one had basketball shorts, and they both just had their legs open because they don't give a fuck. Both legs just splayed, and then just smooth, you know, just very. And I saw it. Didn't do anything to me. But I kind of wanted to stop and go, hey, fellas, let's close that shit up, huh? You're not getting me, but I know you're causing a problem for somebody in this airport. Let's close it up. I did not say that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Anyway, let's return to the comfortable subject of retarded people, shall we? So Sean Cassidy. Sean Cassidy was a teen singer who then grew up. He was about 18. Now he was, old and gross. Nobody wanted to fuck him. So he started to act. And he had a movie on TV called Normal People, where he played a retarded man who wants to live a normal life. It was very inspiring, actually. And at one point, he didn't do like a big retarded character. He wore thick glasses. He talked like Elmer Fudd. That was the whole thing. So he goes up to the guy who runs the group home he lives in, and he says, I want to get a job. And the guys who runs it is like, Republican conservative. So he's like, you can't get a job. You're retarded, But then there's a liberal lady who works there, and she says, of course he can get a job. He's as good as anyone. So they let him get a job as an air traffic controller, whatever was available. And then he meets a woman who's also retarded who lives at the group home. He falls in love with her. It's a very nice love story. And he says, we want to get married. And the guy says, she says, but they're in love. So they get married. And then one day he says, we want to have a baby. And the liberal lady says, no fucking way. And they just shut them down right there. And that's the end of the movie. I swear to God, that's just how it ends. And the point of the movie is just, you know, hey, there's a limit. Like, that's, I guess, what the point of it was. And that's pretty intense. But hey, retarded people were on television. We were talking about it. We were dealing with it. And they said the word retarded about 50,000 times in the movie. Now we don't say the word, and I don't see them anywhere. I guess that's my problem with it. And also, the word is not basically a bad word. It's a medical term. But it became a bad word because it's used as an insult, really. Not towards retarded people. Nobody does that. Nobody calls retarded people retarded to insult them. What would be the point of that? It'll be like going up to a chair and saying, you're a fucking chair. Like, what are you doing? No. People use it on their friends. Like, you're at a bar, your friend's like, I don't have any more money for beer. And you're like, you're fucking retarded. Do you know that? And in that moment, no one retarded is insulted. They're not. Do you know why? Because they're not there. Because we don't include them in our lives. They're not at the bar. How many of you have a retarded drinking buddy that you hang out with? No, you take them to the zoo when they're little and then fuck them. This is what I find confusing about this thing, is that we told many generations of people that they are retarded. We told them that that's what they are, and they lived with it, and they dealt with it. And then we just decided it's a bad word. So did we tell them this? Did we go back to them and explain this to them? Listen, Nelson, I have something to tell you. You're not retarded anymore. You mean I'm cured? No. No, we're not even working on it. But anyway, now I live in a nice building, and I'm not used to it because it's nice. There's like a pretty courtyard with flowers and a fountain with little marble boys pissing. I don't know. What is it with fountains? Like, all fountain sculptors are pedophiles, basically. You can't get a fountain made without... Can you make me a fountain? Yes, I'll get started right away. Oh, yes! Yes! It's finished! And it's just little boys pissing on the face of a Greek god that looks like him a lot. It's piss on me forever! Anyway, there's one of those in the courtyard of my building. And my first week in the building about a year ago, I went down to the courtyard for the first time. And I didn't look too good, you know? It was a Sunday morning. That's my least presentable hour. There's a lot of, you know, just stains, just like, you know, food and me and whatever. And so I'm sitting there. So, shut up. Oh. Anyway, so there I was. I'm sitting on the stone bench of this courtyard and feeling a little out of place. You know, there's these fancy doormen and stuff. And then there's this guy looking at me. I notice he's looking at me from across the courtyard. And he's all spiffy looking. He's got brown shoes and he's looking at me like, I could tell he was thinking I don't live in the building. He thinks I just wandered in off the street and sat in a courtyard. I could tell he's thinking of coming over and dealing with me on his own. And I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, please do that. Yes, please, come on. And I'm trying to look even more gross. And I'm like pulling up my shirt. And then I see him go, oh, no, that's not going to do at all. And he comes over to me. And I'm like, I'm so excited to have this thing. A confrontation where I'm not wrong at all. And he thinks I am. So he comes over, says, excuse me, do you live in this building? And I said, no. Because why not start there? I said, no. He goes, well, then what are you doing here? And I said, I just need to rest. I'm having a hard time. He says, this is private property. And I said, well, I don't really believe in that. You know, just the worst things I could say from his point of view is basically all the things I was saying. And he goes, well, if you don't leave, I'm going to talk to the doorman. I was like, can I just stay like 5 more hours? So he's, no. And he goes over to the doorman. And I see him talking about me to the doorman like this. And then I see the doorman going, oh, no, that guy lives here. That's okay. And the look on his face, it was just so, it was this beautiful cocktail of anger and confusion. It's like I had invented a new way to hurt somebody's feelings. That's how excited I was. He was so angry, he came back. He came back to me. He said, why didn't you tell me that you live here? And I said, because I don't have to tell you anything ever. Right? There are no words that I must say to you. Also, I didn't want to ruin your thing. That's your favorite thing you were doing. You love that! Making people not be places. Also, I make more than you. I just don't give a shit about myself.
That place celebrates comedy. Like Boston comedy is like, it's very important to people that live in Boston.
Yeah.
And when comics succeed and they come back to Boston, it's a very special thing. It feels amazing. I did the Garden. When I did the Garden, it was like, I was going to cry.
Yeah.
Like before I got on stage, I was like, this is nuts.
Yeah,
like,
for me, there was the Orpheum, because that's where I used to go to see concerts.
Yeah.
And when I played the Orpheum last year, it was the last show I did of the tour. It was very emotional.
Yeah, it's a special place, and it's one of the most important places for the development of comedy. You think of all the great comics that have come from there. Jay Leno, like people forget how good Jay Leno was. Jay Leno, when he was just a stand-up before he hosted the Tonight Show, was one of the best comics alive.
Ever. One of the best ever.
He was amazing.
I love Jay. I remember when I was working on Conan as a writer, and Jay came to do a panel, to be interviewed on Conan. It was like a favor to, because he was the bigger guy. It was early in Conan's tenure. But he sat and did bits like he used to on Letterman. Like he didn't talk about the Tonight Show, he just did bits. And one of them was, he said, I was out at the hotel today, and he goes, I went to CVS to buy something, and I paid, and the woman didn't even look at me. She just gave me my change, and I go, that's it? No, thank you. No, have a nice day. She says, it's on the receipt. This is a great bit.
That is a great bit.
No, he's just, I loved him so much. And on the Tonight Show, he was, some people hated him, whatever. It's easy to make fun of him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He gave me the lead spot on the Tonight Show way before anybody else did. Way before any other. I was doing Letterman, I was doing Conan, but I was always like 2 or 3. And Leno, I was booked to be the second guest, but they told me, Jay said he wants you promoted. He wants you to be first and do 2 segments, like for Reynolds.
That's amazing.
And I was like, what? And he liked our rapport. I think I also brought out some funny in him.
Yeah.
But that was a huge thing that he did for me. And to this day, like every time throughout my career, once I knew Jay, every time something good would happen, if I won an Emmy, hosted SNL, or did something that people heard about, I knew I'd get a call from Jay. And he just leaves a voicemail. I don't know how to reach him. I don't have his number. He just leaves a voicemail and says, hey, I saw you did this. No, it's just good job. I'm really happy for you. And he has nothing he wants from me.
Right.
But he always called me. And then when I had my bad time, I thought, I'm not going to hear from Jay again. And he called me. And he left the same message that said, hey, man, I hope you're doing okay. Everybody loves you. You're okay. And, he's never not been there. He's like a real mensch. He's a really great guy. I just think it's important to say because he's caught a lot of shit from comedians.
He's caught a lot of shit for no reason. I mean, I get he was hosting the Tonight Show, and it's a different sort of thing, and the monologue was very homogenized. But if you hang out with him and you talk, like he did my podcast, and he told a story about doing stand up for a bunch of mob guys. And that this mob guy, he tells a story about this mob guy yelling at a preacher because the priest said something, and he was like, "Didn't we give you enough money?" And he's screaming and swearing as this mob guy, and I'm like, "This is incredible."
Yep.
I remember while he was telling the story, I was like, "This is amazing," because you get to see the real Jay Leno.
That's right. No, he's a viciously funny guy. But I understood this Tonight Show strategy when I watched him in an interview once, and he said, "My goal is to come up with jokes that have the broadest possible appeal." Like, that's just how he thinks about that job.
Yeah.
Jokes that every single person can like on some level. And obviously those are watered down, easy jokes, you know. And even he was, I was on once, and Kathy Lee Gifford was the lead guest. And she's talking about her son, Cody. And she says, you know, he has a stage in his bedroom. And Jay's like, what? He has got a stage and lights, her son. She says, you know, kids love to put on shows. And he goes, yeah, the gay kids do. And place